Associated Students of Construction Management is the umbrella club for the entire department. We actually went through a process this year to reinstill that in the department and make sure that it's fulfilling that role where all of the clubs fall in line underneath it, and a lot of the information about the other clubs in the department is filtered through ASCM, and ASCM takes on a role of the social club for the department. It's a good way to meet people in the department, find mentors, get to know the older people.
Yeah, going off what Torrie said, that's exactly what ASCM is. We saw Torrie being in the club for 4 years and myself being in the club for 3 years. We saw that there was somewhat of a disconnect with what the initial intent of the club was and what was actually going on. We saw that we really only hit the social aspect of the students. We weren't really hitting at their professional nature, and we saw that was somewhat of a disservice to them to graduate from Cal Poly with a piece of paper and social activities, while they're also missing out on all the great professional benefits you can get of being a part of a professional club in Cal Poly. So we saw that moving forward, we'd love to make it so students actually got the best of both worlds. They'd have their social experience for their friends, but also be able to create great networking opportunities and great professional advancement for themselves. So once they leave Cal Poly, they'd be in a place to better serve the industry and themselves.
Yeah, and what Eric said about the networking, that's been really huge for us. I mean, just from planning ASCM events, I've made hundreds of industry contacts, and it's already helped me in my future. And being involved in these things, you know, we get to go to different mixers and stuff with companies just because we have those contacts and we're part of this department. It's a pretty cool opportunity. We saw a need for some more organization to take place in the department, so what we decided to go ahead and do was we reached out to all of the leaders of all of the professionally affiliated organizations in the department that maybe didn't have as many members as ASCM did, and we wanted to find a way to make it so that the members of ASCM are also getting involved in those professionally affiliated organizations that had so many benefits to offer that students weren't really hearing about, or it wasn't as easy to get involved in because they didn't have a voice like ASCM has in the department. And so we wanted to rewrite our bylaws with the help of all of those clubs so that our bylaws as the umbrella club for the entire department could really benefit all of those students and all of those clubs, and just kind of bring the entire department together as one.
Yeah, going off that, our mission was always to be the umbrella club, but that's what we said, but it wasn't what we did because there was no structure in place to do that. So two big things that we've changed with the department is, one, that the fee structure for ASCM, before it was solely a $45 fee to make it so all students can join based off that. Next year we're having a joint fee structure, so it's going to be a little bit more than that. Portion of your money goes to ASCM for social events, but the remaining goes to 2 professional affiliated clubs, because that's what we saw as the biggest determinant for these small professionally affiliated clubs from really gaining ground and gaining traction within the department. So by giving them some sort of money to help them get off the ground, by having maybe social events with their members or being able to attend conferences, we saw this would be a great way to help them really get up there and be one of the next prominent organizations on campus. And the other big thing we did was we made it so we had a joint board. So first we just had an ASCM board, but next year we're gonna have a joint board. So with all decisions being made, such as at this spring banquet or golf tournament or anything that we wanna do, it's going to have to get approved by both the ASCM Executive Committee as well as the Board of Directors, compiled of 1 representative of all 8 professional affiliated clubs. We saw these 2 areas of organization and structure within the department, and these clubs will make it so we'll actually foster what we say and create a great environment for our students.
For me, as a freshman, I really was looking for ways to get involved. I wasn't in any Greek life or anything, and I really wanted to reach out to people in my major. I knew my cousin had been the president of ASCM, and I knew it was a big social club, and all of her friends in college were from ASCM. So I reached out to some of the older kids as a freshman and joined the board that spring, which we have a lot of kids this year that did the same thing, which is awesome. And those guys have actually been a mentor. They graduated that spring, and they've been a mentor for me all the way through college in the industry. So that's been really cool for me as well, and I think that it rang true. A lot of my best friends in college stemmed from this department and stemmed from the ASCM board. We've kind of become a big family this year. We do a lot of stuff together. We spend a ton of time together. I mean, Eric and I are attached at the hip. It's kind of awful.
Yeah, going off what Torrie said, I first got involved with ASCM at the beginning of my sophomore year. I was in CM 115 in the spring quarter of my freshman year, and always on the second floor in the department, we always see barbecues going on in the courtyard. I said, hey, I really want to be a part of this, but that quarter was really tough. I was a freshman, had a lot on my plate. I saw, hey, maybe when I come back to school in the fall, I can get involved. started coming to some meetings, started to introduce myself to Torrie and some other people on the board. Said, hey, this is something I really want to do. I feel like this is, I could be a great contributing member to this organization for the rest of my college career. And just done from there, and it's been a great experience. So
the biggest thing to remember about being involved in student organizations is that you get what you put in, and it's pretty cool to see the amount of people that want to be involved in the boards of these clubs, because they really are willing to put forth the effort, but the people who put forth the most effort get the most out. And I really think that that's why we have stuff like this executive officer team and the board of directors and we have 8 clubs in the department, and we continue adding more. It's cool because the CM department is it's a big cesspool of people that just want to lead, They just want to take control of stuff and show other people ways to get involved and plan events like this and promote company scholarships and go to Ecuador or go to wherever, That's what these clubs are all about, and it's cool to see so many people from this department leading that charge.
Being a college student, being a 4th year, I saw that through my time here, I've seen people graduate college with a piece of paper, and that's about it. I feel like they're doing themselves a complete disservice. You really have to graduate college. It's more about the hands you shake, the people you get to have in contact with, and the experiences you have, more than the paper you get at the end of the day. So by being a part of student organizations, that's one way to get those experiences, that network, and get to meet those professionals that you're going to see in the real world. So I feel like this is a great way to really foster that.